All right, welcome to Introduction to Google Sites. This is part 5 in this series of lessons, and we most recently worked on creating a project gallery using PDF and Word documents and one using images from folders on Google Drive. And we're actually going to now move on to revisit this class post page and deal with blog posts. So we mentioned them, but we never really came back to that and created any. So I'm going to get into that and also give you a few tips because my students have struggled a little bit with blog posts. This is great, of course, for bell ringers or for reflections before or after a project or whatever. I like to have my students post an example of their project at the end and write about it. So click here for creating a new post. It's weird because you do have to be logged in, and you don't have to be in the edit mode though. You just have to be on this page and you'll click new post. Now notice if I was on here, I'm logged out, remember, on this page. If I go here to class posts here, notice I don't see that button because I'm not logged in as me. So other people can't post to the blog, just the person who authored it. So when you click on new post, it actually does create another web page in your Google site, and it's going to quickly call it draft post up here and untitled post at the top. And let's say this is going to be my mess up post. My bad. Okay, we'll say that here. Now notice on a post on a blog page, we do have this add files at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and save this post that I don't want, just so we have one. And then I'll add another one. So now I'll go back here, and when we go to class post, you'll see I have an untitled post here that I can edit, or I can make another new post. So let's say I create another one, and then we'll actually write about something. So my awesome project, I'll put that in there. You'll want to actually name your post up here at the top as well, so that it won't consider it a draft. A lot of times when you hit save, it'll update. Let's see if it does. Kind of being slow at the moment. There we go. All right, so if you hit save, it'll pull what's in here and put it up there for you. Now I can edit the post. So you edit the post just like you would edit any other page. You hit on your pencil button. So now I'm in here. Now what my students tend to want to do is they want to click on the add files thing. So if I have them to take a screenshot of something and then they have to put it in here, they tend to want to just add it at the bottom. Well, I don't like that because I want to be able to see it without having to click on it. So if you are doing this with students, this works just like any other web page. For example, I can still do 2 columns or 3 columns or whatever. And if they're going to add an image of something, I like for them to make it in 2 columns and stick the image on one side. So let's say it's something that I have saved. If it's from your Google Drive, of course, you can insert it from there. Or if it's not and you've got to upload it, you would, of course, go in here and upload your images. So let's say I have this project here. It's a poster I made of my husband. And so I'll upload that. This is a little Photoshop project, and I'll hit OK. Now it's over there. It's pretty big, so maybe I'll size that down. Large is good. And then I'll talk about it. This was a Photoshop project. It was one where we applied a special filter to make it look like the Obama Hope poster. Really enjoyed it, and it turned out great. Now, of course, if I was doing this with students, they have like specific requirements, for reflections. They don't get to just ramble on like so. But okay, so I'm going to hit save, and now I have 2 blog posts. I've got the one from before, and I've got this one. And if I go to the first page of class posts, if I hit the tab, you'll see that I can see this one and then this one, and they'll just all be one right after the other on this page. And of course you can click on one, it'll take you to that blog post's actual page. Okay, so that's how that works. Now you might recall that on our home page we have this recent post box, and now our recent post box is actually populated with stuff. Now you might remember, and I'm going to go ahead and go to edit so we can double check this, that when we set up this post box, we did tell it to include a thumbnail of the first image in the post. I really think this is a good thing to do because you can actually see that they posted that picture to go along with their project. So if you are using this as something that's for reflection, it's nice to be able to see that picture at a glance and then be able to click on it from here on the recent posts. All right, so that's pretty much that. Again, they can attach images or attach files down here. So I'll just put this nope one that somebody made about Donald Trump. I'm not making any statements here. It's just on there. And so you can see what happens here is though they get listed just down here, but they're not on the page. So you couldn't actually, see it. Now if I click edit here on this page, I could insert that Trump picture because it's now in my list of stuff because I uploaded it. But I didn't necessarily put it on the page until I actually click it here. So it's just showing up at the bottom. So just be sure you're aware of the difference there. I'm going to remove this one. When you do that, and make sure the kids know too, because if you want to read a blog post, you want to see the screenshots and the pictures along the way, it's not really great to have them as added files. But it's an option there if you needed to. Okay, let's go ahead and go over how to delete a post. Let's say this is my messed up post, because occasionally they do mess up and they don't know what to do about it. I've had kids who've posted like 3 times because they didn't know how to edit the post. So you go to the untitled post or the bad post, whichever one, and you're going to go up and click your gear, and then it's just as simple as deleting the page. This is how you delete any page on a Google site, by the way. So you just click on delete page. It says really delete it, and you say yes, please do. And it will be gone. Takes a minute apparently, so yeah, there we go. So again, to delete a post, go to the post, click on the gear, and click on delete page. And now we're back to the beginning here. All right, so that's how to work an announcement page or a blog page, how to preview the widget, and how it has all of those recent posts listed in there, or however many you set. I set mine to 3, so it would have up to 3. And then, of course, how to add images and how to delete a post if you don't need it anymore.